Hello, teacher. My name is Gema Solorzano. I'm going to talk about English language curriculum, especially in high school behavior. First, what is the curriculum? The curriculum is the expression of the educational project that the members of a country or a nations are elaborating in order to promote the development and socializations of the new generations and in general of all its members. In the curriculum, the educational stations of the country are reflected to a great or lesser extent. The actions with lines on how to proceed to make these intentions and verify that they have actually been achieved. How English as a foreign language contributes to the exit profiles of education Ecuadorian high school students. Okay, the Ecuadorian high school exit profiles aim to prepare Ecuadorian high school students for successful participation in a globalized democratic society in the 21st century by focusing on the development of life skills, work skills, and entrepreneurship skills. Epistemological foundations and pedagogical responses. The epistemological foundations of the EFL curriculum refer to how learning learn language and therefore how they should thrive. In this curriculum, we take the constructivist approach, beginning with the assumptions that all learners entering schools are use of their mother language, have cognitive, emotional, and motor skills that facilitate communications and have an understanding of how their L1 works, derive from intensive input and productions in place and meaning in growth. Knowledge and meaning are accessed, developed, and expressing through language. Okay, curriculum threats. The skills as integrate with him the 5 curriculum threats and encourage learners to act responsibly and to respect themselves as well as others will participating in the communication process. In doing so, the curriculums endorse the values of solidarity and justice. The curricular tracks are communications and culture arguments, oral communications, reading, writing, and language through the arts. Okay, the profile of the Ecuadorian high school graduate and ideal cities for 2015 are justice, innovations, and solidarity and justice. We understand the needs and strengths of our country and commit to build an equal, inclusive, and democratic society. And innovations. Innovations, we have creative initiatives and proceed with passion, open minds, and a vision of the future. We use authentic leadership and are responsible and proactive when making decisions and prepare ourselves to face the risks brought on by our actions. and solidarity. We take on social responsibility and have the ability to interact with heterogeneous groups from understanding, tolerance, and empathic standpoint. Now, I'm going to talk about specific information about high schools in the English language curriculums. Okay, contribution of the English as a foreign language curriculum to high school level. English is an important communication tool in today's globalized world, which allows learners to communicate beyond their own linguistic and geographical boundaries. As learners enter the final sub-level of their high school educations, it is important to remember to being able to communicate in the international language of English. We were preparing for myriad of future academic and career opportunities, responsibilities, and experience. Um, the curricular objectives of the English as a foreign language area for high school as for examples, encounter sociocultural aspects of their own and other countries in a foods and inclusive manner, maturely and openly experiencing other cultures and language from the seizure standpoint of their own national and cultural identity. Draw on this established propensity for curiosity and tolerance towards different cultures to comprehend the role of diversity in building an interactional of multinational society. Access greater diversity of mind creativity and enhanced linguistic intelligence and critical thinking skill taught and appreciation of linguistic differences. Enjoy an enriched perspective of L1 and of language used for communications and learning. And the last is deploy a ranger for learning strategies, thereby increasing the position, the the eye, the position and ability to identify independently access further. Learning and practice opportunities, perceive themselves and others within the communications process, cultivating habits and honesty and integrity into responsible academic behavior. Now I'm going to talk about a person's criteria of English as a foreign language area for high school. First, curricular treat one, communication and cultural awareness is displays an understanding of the relationship between the practice and perspectives of different cultures by recognizing and sharing cross-cultural experience and ideas. Cultural 3.2, oral communications, is the meanings of unfamiliar phrases and words from a context concerning familiar elements, for example, colloquial greetings, exclamations, interrogations, etc. Curriculum treat 3. Reading. Find a specific predictable information in short, simple text in a range of 8 and label appropriate topics. Example, biographies, news articles, narratives, and formal letters or emails and etc. Curricular treat 4 is writing. Critically evaluate information for reference, including those found on the web and recommended print and digital sources, the other learnings. And the last is curricular treat 5 is language through the arts, is is compared and present personal and formal responses to and interpretations of published literary texts and the words of peers, referring to details and features of the text. For example, text structures, plots, ideas, events, etc. Evaluation criteria for English as a foreign language in high school. For example, in Circle 3.1, communication and cultures awareness is displays an understanding of the integrating of different cultures by sharing experience and by participating in class activities, in discussions, in way and that shows empathy and respect for others. And the other curriculum treat oral communications is listening for meaning. Identify the main idea in a variety of audio recording. For example, interview, radios, news reports, etc. And deduce the meaning of unfamiliar phrases and words in familiar contexts. Provide speech in clear and visuals help support meanings. Curriculum 3 is reading. For example, here find specific information and identify the main points in sample, extract forward text on subjects or personal interests or familiar academic topics while making informed discussions about one's or reaction to the text. Curriculum 3.4 is writing. Produce email, blog posts, and other writing text using the unaffected voice and variety of appropriate writing styles of conventions. And the last is curriculum 3.5, language through the arts. For example, here, respond to and interpret literary text, including original stories written by peers and referring to details and literary elements of the text. Thanks.